And if that gets muted, that's because the punk-ass music company claimed it. Because they do shit like that. You can't even do a little jingle with your own voice and it gets copyright claimed. So anyway, just got back from seeing the latest James Bond movie in 4DXXXX. You know something, 4DX? I'm always promoting you. Always promoting you. We need to do a collaboration, okay? Brand deal. Have your people get to my people, which is me, tyronemagnusfanmail@gmail.com, so we can do this. Now, Daniel Craig is my favorite James Bond of all times. I have not seen all of the movies, but I've seen most of them. As far as James Bond, the character, period, in all the movies, I've seen a whole lot less than I've seen more, okay? They seem to be hit or miss with me over the years growing up, but I've always liked the character. So, I had to see this since I heard this was going to be his last outing. Now, media had hyped this movie up as we are going to get a female replacement to James Bond. And I'm starting to think now with these movies, especially after Venom, that they put these headlines out to amp us up. Like, a lot of the times, these headlines are true. But sometimes I'm just like, you know what, they just doing it to mess with us. With the whole Venom being gay, although I did ask fans that knew Venom better than me in that video about whether Venom really was gay in the comic books. And some people, they wrote me, they were like, yeah, like, there was a point when him and Eddie even had a kid, and they call each other love and darling, and I was like, what? See, because I collected during the Todd McFarlane age, and, you know, it was kind of, you know, there's a part where Spider-Man says, here, you want me? Come get me, because the symbiote liked Peter more. I don't know if it was a better bond or what it was, but there was like a jealousy thing, and people could argue that that was, but they were writing me and telling me, they was like, yo, man, yeah, like, with a lot of the newer stuff that came out later, because listen, I started reading Spider-Man in 4th grade. I'm 44 years old. I don't know when they started writing them as having children together and calling each other love. I don't know nothing about that. It's like Iceman. Iceman was around forever. Fundamentally, the character was straight, but I don't know, was it 40, 50 years later they made him gay? Same thing with Colossus, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you know, so I've always been against changing the characters fundamentally from what they were. Just make new characters. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, with James Bond, the new 007 in this movie, it's not, well, I don't want to give you spoilers. This is a mullet review, so at the end, I'm going to, you know, tell you. It's mullet style. Review up in the front, spoilers in the back. Get it? She's not exactly what you think it's going to be. Like, it's not even... I feel like that might be a spoiler if I say that. She's not what you think, as far as I'm concerned. From what I saw in the movie, she's not what these articles hyped it to be. Just like with Venom. Like, when you went to see it, that's not what happened. He didn't come out as being gay. He just came out being free from Eddie, and, you know, it wasn't even like that. It's like, I feel like they did it just for the story, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these stories are written like that, just to get people amped up and see what we're all going to say. It's my job to cover that and give my opinion on what if that does happen. That's speculation. So with this, I'm going to get a female, a black female at that, and I liked her performance in it. However, I believe that they either was watching for what was going to happen once they released that knowledge, and they shot enough to either work it one way or the other. And that may be true. It may not be true. I don't know. I wasn't shooting the movie. I feel as though she did not have a significant role in this movie. Okay? Now, I would like to say about all the actors did a great job. Even the little girl, she did a great job of, playing her part and what emotion she had to show. In this one, James Bond has a love who actually reminds me of Scarlett Johansson. You guys see her from certain angles reminds me of Scarlett Johansson. And he ends up disappearing at one point. And that's where he disappears from action. And that's where the new 007 took his place. So, there's kind of like a placeholder element in there. And a lot of you already had speculated that that's what it was going to be. There's been news about it and write-ups about it for so long after the news that people are like, nah, from what we hear, basically it's going to be, she's like kind of like a placeholder for him and then he comes back. So during that's kind of what happens. It's not what you think it is. It's not a woman replacing Bond in a way. You know what I mean? Like the new James Bond is, they didn't really do it like this. So I know that's a little spoilish, but it's most people thought that anyway. But I had to go and see. So action, really good. I really enjoyed the action. Movie was a little longer than I thought it was going to be. The villain, I don't want to say he was menacing. He was creepy. I mean, he has a real creepy element to him. But all in all, I had a really good time watching this movie. And I'm really sad that Daniel Craig is not doing any more James Bond movies. You know what I'm saying? Other than it feeling a little slow at sometimes and being a little long, it was a great movie to me. I had a good time. I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 woos. Mullet style. If you don't want to hear spoilers, leave now. There is no post-credit scene from what I understand. It just says that James Bond will return. I looked this up before watching to the end of the credits. So I didn't feel like waiting. So they're like, no, it doesn't. But it says James Bond will return, meaning that he will return in a new rebooted James Bond series that won't have Daniel Craig in it. They did not pass the torch to her as 007 in the movie. You don't see kind of like, well, Agent, you're up. You didn't see nothing like that. They didn't do that. And the last thing I need to say is they killed him. James Bond is dead. They killed him in the end. Man, it was sad, but heroic type of tragic ending. And I can accept it. But I really wanted him to have an happy ending with his daughter and the mother of his child. I really did, man. I mean, at least the death was instant, Man. Bothered me, though. I think Scarlo was tearing up next to me. I couldn't tell. I just heard her say, that part got me. So, I don't know if I missed anything that you guys wanted me to talk about, but if you're a James Bond fan, definitely go see it. Please tell me, is there any, because haven't seen a James Bond movie, is there any James Bond movie where they killed him? I've never heard of this happening. And I haven't seen any videos popping up in my feed like, they killed James Bond. Like, I haven't seen, so it's making me think that it happened before. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I've seen a couple of Sean Connery, a couple of Roger Moore. There was the guy in the 90s, I remember him. And I never saw any of them with the guy from Remington Steele. I forgot his name. I never saw any of his. So, hit or miss with me. But as an action movie fan and somewhat, what would you call it? A casual James Bond fan, I enjoyed it. So definitely go check it out. And check it out in 4DXXX. halfway, yo, this movie when 4DX turns into a horror movie scares the piss out of you because of how they do the 4DX chair movements. Scare the shit out of you. If you did not have that experience, you would make it through it. But these moments in the movie turn into jump scares. No joke. Scared the piss out of me like 3 or 4 times. You'll know what they are when you go see it in 4DX. Smash that thanks button. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers. Woo!